Touchdown in the den, so go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth is about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark and NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome everybody. It's December 31st, 2022. It's our 3-year anniversary. I thank you all so much for tuning in, listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking right now on YouTube or Patreon, thank you all for the support. But the grind never stops and the gifts that I give never end. Guys, I have an artist. She is absolutely incredible. I found her on Twitter, listen to her music, super dope. I asked if she would come and start the year off right, 23 off right, bringing a fantastic independent artist to the scene, and she agreed. So I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for you rocking with our community and coming on today. The amazing, multi-talented Kyanna Denise.
Appreciate you, man.
How the hell are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, man, and grateful to be here, grateful to be in your presence, man, grateful to be doing what we love to do, kicking off the year right. Like I mentioned to you earlier, this is what we're supposed to be doing, and it just already feels natural, right?
Absolutely. Well, that's what it's about. The Den is a village. We're a community, and I scour the internet. I scour Instagram, TikTok, wherever I can find dope independent artists to bring them on the scene, give them that exposure, give them that audience, and also just share their story. Because when you're first starting, that's when we want to get that story. We want to hear the grind because you can provide your stories and your experience to help others. So that's what it's all about. And once again, we're grateful, we're humbled, we love your talent, and we thank you so much for coming on the show.
Likewise, man. Likewise. It's mutual.
Absolutely. Now, I'm a big comic book nerd. I grew up learning how to read from Batman comic books and X-Men comic books. And
Nice.
to this day, every MCU movie, every DC movie, I'm there, ticket in hand at the premiere, ready to go. And one thing that I equate superheroes to creatives, be it a singer, songwriter, rapper, producer, director, the creative that brings their vision to life and shares it with others, that's a superhero, a modern day superhero, in my opinion. And one thing that's consistent with all superheroes, they have an origin story. So we start every interview with the same question. What's your origin story? Tell us where you're from, how you discovered your passion and decided this is what you want to do with your career and with your life.
Okay, so this super random when people ask me that, because when I tell them where I was born and where I'm from, it's two completely different things. I was born in a small town in Kansas named Liberal, middle of nowhere type joint, man. Like nothing but dust and and it just smells bad. It's crazy. And I was born there, moved to Miami, Florida when I was going into like 3rd grade, and I was raised out there for 14, 15 years. So basically I claim Miami. That's where I'm from. MIA. The tattoo on my face, the biggest tattoo is 305. Obviously, you know Miami's area code, and that's also my birthday, which is March 5th. So kind of cool on that.
That's like perfect, right?
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, that's perfect. So I really rep Miami. When people ask me, yo, where are you from? It's instantly, without a doubt, no question in my mind, where are you from? Like South Florida. And I really love being from Miami because obviously, you know how many people have came out of Miami. It's like
ton.
Yeah, a ton of people who not have only just came out, but a lot of people that have created sounds that are still used in modern music today. And I think
go back to Luke and
that's
Gloria.
what I'm saying. Like,
so
no, yeah, but
mad love to Miami.
If you really go back down to it, and it's unfortunate, a lot of people don't know this. Hip hop was birthed in New York. Like, first hip hop party, New York.
That's
1979.
cool.
You get what exactly. So, like, it is so fortunate a lot of people don't care to know that kind of stuff, but I am very educated in my craft, and I think that's important. I think that's huge. It's like asking a heart surgeon, like, "Hey, do you know how to do surgery?" And they're like, no, I only know how to do this one part." Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, if you asking a surgeon like what they do, they're gonna tell you every single thing about everything you need to know about that. And it's the same. I see it the same with every single profession: a mechanic, a doctor, an artist, anybody. If you tell me you saw it, I expect you to provide knowledge behind that title. You know what I mean? It's nothing like it's just the simple. It's just the common sense. So I'm huge on being knowledgeable about my craft, and that's why I take so much pride in being from South Florida. Cause it's like even just now, a couple of years ago, still to this day, there's still people creating sounds out of Florida, and that's awesome. Like I love that. I'm not based in Florida right now, but I'll always rep Miami, man. Right now I'm based in Denver and scene's different out here. The scene is so
Facts.
different. Yeah, they're really big on EDM out here and stuff like that. And obviously you've heard my music. It's like not that, but
Different. Different from
there's so
EDM.
many yeah, but there's so many venues out here that there's opportunity, and
Absolutely.
that's what I've been doing lately. Um, as getting back to the question, as far as like where I'm from and all that, Miami, 25 years young right now. So I sometimes I be telling my wife sometimes that it feels like I'm old, and I'm not. I'm not old.
Not at all. No. I would give,
Exactly.
I would give my left arm to be 25 again any day, just to not wake up with knee pain. So you're very young. Absolutely.
I am. But at the same time, like, you know what it is. We're living in a different day and age where there's 19-year-olds that are fucking Billboard charted, like Grammy nominated. And you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's discouraging. Everybody's, like I told you earlier, everybody's path is different and everybody's divine time is different. So, you know what I mean? You can't,
Yeah.
some people get stuck even on that. Like, oh, why did they have it and I don't? That's already wasting energy. That's already putting energy in the wrong place. But 25 years old, I've been releasing music for 8 years officially. Um and that's like on SoundCloud and stuff.
Right.
Officially on every platform, I would say like 5 or 6 years. So I've been doing this for a while, man. And even before that, it goes back to before that. I was self-taught. I taught myself how to play guitar on YouTube at the age of 14. And that's when I knew like that music was like tugging me. It was gonna be that thing in my life that would always tug me. And it when it first started was when I was like 13, 14, and I would sing, around the family and all that, and it started unfolding slowly, slowly, year after year after year. Like, look, 2022, and I'm still doing the same joint, and that's where I'm at in life. And I'm just like, yo, if it's taking me this long, it's for a reason, and I will admit that because I've always had this talent, but as you age, you gain wisdom,
Right.
you gain responsibility, you gain maturity.
Experience.
Yeah, that too. I like that. This music shit, I feel like is half of that. Like this music thing, like I really didn't start doing it correctly until this year.
Yeah.
And I just told you I've been doing it for 6. So think about like that experience. Like when you first jump in the game, of course you're excited. You're like, oh, I want to get it out. You wrote a song last week and you want to release it next week, like, and it really be like that because I was there. I get it. But as you gain experience and you gain knowledge and you start to observe the legends and the people you look up to in this craft, then you begin to understand there's a strategy to every single thing. And
Absolutely.
I'm just so grateful to be in that phase where like I'm falling in love with the process. I don't give a fuck about the destination anymore because I know I'm gonna get there. It's there you can't there's nobody in this world, bro, that could come up to me and be like, it's not gonna happen for you. And I believe them. Like my own people have told me that. And let alone some random person, if you tell me, hey, if you don't like it, that's okay. I know somebody else that does. I actually know like 3,000 other people that do. And it'd be my own fault at this point if I didn't make it. That's how I see it. There's too many people that have told me, yo, you got it. You got something different. If you keep doing it, it's gonna happen for you. Cause it don't just happen. It,
Yeah,
it, it it won't ever just happen if you sit at home, and even if you think about it all day and try to manifest it, if you don't put in the actions for God or for the universe, Buddha, God, whatever you believe in, to take those steps to make that happen, it won't. And that's where I'm at in life. I'm finally taking the time to just understand the strategy behind everything, because I want to do it right. I want to I want to be professional with it. You know, there was something that somebody told me, you're they're only going to take you as serious as you take yourself. So if
that,
you keep dropping little freestyle videos and all this and that, people are just going to think you're doing it for fun. But now imagine if you started dropping videos in front of the microphone in the studio with your song on the audio over, like, then they're gonna be like, oh shit, like she doing her thing, like, oh shit. And and it's true, everything is a visual nowadays. They want to see it, they want to hear it, they want to feel like they're there. As a
yeah,
consumer, I know. I love it when my favorite artist drops something and I'm like, oh shit, like this is a movie. You know what I mean? And I'm just slowly starting to learn, like, okay, this is how you do it. And there's a way to do it. Yeah, everybody can do it their own way, but there's also like a right way to do it. And that's the whole rollout. You know what I mean?
absolutely. And music has changed. I'm, as I mentioned, I'm 40 years old.
One
Um,
hundred
but,
percent
but my
every day.
but my soul is probably 83, because you are part of everything that came before you. And my father, he blessed me with, showing me music early. And it
Beautiful.
used to be an artist would drop an album every 4 or 5 years. And now we have artists, for example, the Russell since 2018,
Dropping.
23 projects. Albums are 4 albums a year, 6 albums a year. It's different. So people hunger
Mhm.
for that content, but the ones that last are the ones that put that 10,000 hours into their craft. They have that Mamba mentality where they're curious, like you mentioned. You know where hip hop come from. I've interviewed hundreds of artists, and I could probably count on one hand artists that are your age or younger that know where hip hop comes from. And it hurts my heart because I'm like, you haven't studied your craft. You're not taking it seriously. You're looking at it as, okay, I can make a quick buck. I can do this. You're not looking at it as a career. So some people may have success, whatever you deem as success. I think that's depending on the person early, but they don't have a career. They can't perform 20 years from now, make a living 15 years from now because they had one hot song that went viral and then they didn't put their work into the craft. So I'm so, so, so happy to hear that you know your craft, you know the history, you work on it, and you're putting those 10,000 hours. And that's what's truly needed to become a long term success. So that's music to my ears when I interview someone and I hear that they know where their art comes from, they know what they want to do, they're focused, and they realize it's a long game. We're playing chess, and with chess, it's a long game before you get to the end game. So I love
No,
that.
for sure. And yeah, I do too, man. I really wish that I could connect with people more on that. You know what I mean? Like we mentioned, it's a different day and age. People are talking about Playboy Cardi and like fucking NBA YoungBoy and shit. And hey, I got nothing against those kind of artists, but at the same time, like there's other conversations to be had as well. You understand what I mean? Like there's other legends to talk about, yo, like.
Yeah,
And the more you go back to your roots, is what I've learned in life, the more you go back to your roots and the source and where it comes from, the more you know. Why wouldn't you want to know everything about your craft? You get what I'm saying? Like, I
yeah,
know that I still don't know everything I do need to know. I have an older wife, like my wife is 32 years old, and I mentioned to you I'm 25.
right.
So it's she be clowning me because I don't be knowing some songs sometimes, and and it's true. Like it's shit that I should be knowing, but at the same time, you always can learn something new, always. And the great thing about my wife is she don't belittle me when, you know what I mean. She'll play
Right.
around with me nicely, but she won't belittle me and be like, "Yo, like you're weird for not." No, she'll be like, "Baby, that's Smokey Robinson, baby. That's the Isley Brothers, baby. Like you need to know about these people, baby." And I'm like, "Yep, 1,000."
Yeah,
Because I'm not about to be the person at the interview that they asking me, yo, who's Run DMC? And I'm over there like, no, it's not me. It's not
Right.
me. I
Or you only
promise
know them from, oh, that's Angela Simmons' dad. What? No, no. What? No, that's not the answer. So
you.
I'm like, that's technically correct, but no, no, that is not what we're
That's
looking
not,
for. But
and that's what I'm saying. Like I'm huge on just being educated because like I mentioned to you, I feel like if you claim a title, like there has to be knowledge behind that title. Like somebody don't just tell you, yo, I'm a mechanic. And they don't know shit about cars. Like
right.
they only know how to change the brakes or the oil. No, like if you're a mechanic, I expect you to know how to help me with everything in my car.
Yeah.
Same way I tell you if I'm an artist, like yo, I'm a musician. You expect me to know my shit, so I'm gonna know my shit. It's that simple to me, and I'm grateful to have that kind of, like you said, that kind of Mamba mentality because that's what's gonna take you at the long run. I'm not in it for the gimmicks and the money. Yo, if I was in music for the money, I promise you, I would have been quit.
Oh yeah,
I would,
yeah, yeah. The starving artist title is it's a thing for a reason. Before
exactly.
the bread comes in, and then even how many artists have we heard or seen on Twitter? My record label is not. I haven't seen a publishing check in years because they didn't know their business. They just signed some paperwork and thought, okay, I'm a rapper now. I sold X amount of records. I should be rich. No, you have to know your business. You have to know your craft. You have to know your talent. So those are three things we promote heavily on the show. Now, branching off of the last question, you mentioned knowing who came before you, knowing Florida, knowing Miami. No, I love that. I love that. And I believe all great artists take aspects of the greats before them. They put that in a gumbo pot, they mix it together, and then they make their own stew or their own meal that's uniquely them. For
Yeah.
example, if you look at Prince, you can see shades of Little Richard. If you look at Michael Jackson, you can see shades of of James Brown. So
Yup.
they take things and elements and then they take it to another level. So if we were to ask you, Kyanna Denise, who are two or three artists that you feel if you put in that gumbo pot, shape you to make you into this whole new entity, which is Kyanna Denise? Who are two or three artists that you would say are in that gumbo pot for you?
Man, that's probably one of the hardest questions you gonna ask me this interview because as you could tell, I'm very versatile and
Absolutely.
not only in my music, but in my music taste. Like my music taste, hey, it's all over the place. I can't even put my shit on shuffle because it's like
The mood
it
is
goes
just gonna
straight.
go from here to
Yeah.
here to here.
Hey, that
Yeah.
shit gonna go from like Slipknot to SZA to Queens to fucking like Smokey Robinson. Like it's crazy, and it's like it's a hard question to answer, but probably like my top three most influences, like starting as just in general from music taste to like my creative aspect. I would probably say Michael Jackson, MJ for sure. Um, Aaliyah,
Ooh,
without a doubt.
love
Without
that.
a doubt, because it's like, how could I be pursuing R&B and not acknowledge and give respect to Aaliyah? Like you out of your mind. Um, Aaliyah for sure, way ahead of her time, and like I'm very influenced by her music and just the way she not only how it sounds, but by the way she was an artist that chose to step outside the box and push those boundaries of the music that was going on at that time. It wasn't
Right.
anything what she was sounding like, and I really strive to have that confidence to push outside the box like that, even if it's something unfamiliar, even if some people not gonna like it. That's huge to me, and so I said a pop artist, an R&B artist, and now I gotta say a rap artist because it's like those are my three things. Like those are my three genres that I'm really like bouncing in. Um, Honestly, it's hard to say a artist specifically because I have so many, like especially modern artists like J.
Hmm.
Cole, Kendrick. Um, Man, so many good artists, but my favorite group, which is one of the main reasons why I even got into rap to in the first place, is Wu Tang. So that's yeah, like And like I mentioned to you, I love old school music. That's my shit. Like I prefer listening to old music than this modern shit. But that's a whole nother conversation. But I think those will be my three main influences, honestly.
God damn, 4 gold stars. That's a hell of a list. Shout out to the king of pop, MJ. Also, I don't think there's anyone in any music genre that's under 60 that hasn't been influenced some way by Michael Jackson. So great answer. Aaliyah, baby girl. Shout out to Timberland and Missy from my hometown. Um,
Yes,
just
yes.
that
Missy,
would be no Timberland and Missy without Aaliyah and vice versa.
no,
So
no, for sure. They're all three amazing. Missy Elliott follows me on Twitter, dude.
yeah, that she's from Portsmouth, right around the corner from me, man. She got her own city, VA all day, VA killing it. I'm not
Yo,
get on
yeah, she a icon, man. Like that
icon,
shit is amazing. It's
icon.
amazing to and man, I strive to be in the rooms of people like that, man, that not only can take me to heights, but can take me to heights mentally, man. That can help me mentally like that because it's different when you're around creatives and stuff,
Yeah,
but it's very different when you're around creatives that are in your craft. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
And that's where the magic be happening. Like,
Yo, I
cause
would love to hear
collaboration.
you and Missy collaborate. Let me see if I can call some of my Virginia homies and make that happen because
I'm telling you, she follow me on Twitter. I might as well just tweet her every day, like, "Yo,
It's
mom, wait."
it's that simple. She people sleep on Missy, and I tell her there's two. When Versus was really popular, I would tell people there's two artists you don't want that smoke. One is Missy, and one is Busta. Those are two artists that if I was an artist and that's who they
Yeah,
told me, I'd be like, nah, I'm sick that day. And they're like, we haven't even told you the date. I'm like, doesn't matter the date. I'm gonna have a cold that day. I don't want that smoke. So
no facts, and both amazing, iconic artists, man. I'm talking about like even before you said that, like in my head, I already had been told myself I want the Busta feature because yo, like he ain't nobody gonna ever do it like him. And those are the artists that I aspire to collaborate with. One of ones. Like people that you can't sit here and be like, oh, they kind of sound like, oh, it's giving. No, like they are them.
right,
And that's the artist I aspire to be. Like, yo, nobody, nowadays it's different because I'm still getting my foot in the game and people are still
right,
telling me, yo, you sounding like this, but your own way. And I love that
yeah.
because even sometimes people can't tell me like, yo, this is who you sound like, and that's a good thing. That means I don't sound like anybody else out right now, and that's really what I strive to sound like, just something different.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I love that answer. And you do. You so far, so good. Mission accomplished. You're definitely unique. That's what made me say, "Hey, yo, let's work. Let me listen to what you got." And we don't just take every
Yeah.
artist. We listen. We make sure they have something to offer the biz and offer the creatives out there because that's what it's all about. Now, I'm a music lover. Obviously, I do this for a living. But for me, I have a specific way that I like to consume music. For me, it's nothing better than being in a car, late night drive, isolated, nowhere to go, just a tank full of gas, and just discovering new music. So for me, that's how I do it. I take a late night drive. I might drive a hour and take out 2 albums and just really digest it. The speakers in the car sound good. I'm isolated. So I always like to ask
Yeah.
creators, what's your favorite way to consume music? It's just the headphones, some loud ass speakers, solo, smoking a J. What's your favorite way to consume music?
This right here, my studio headphones. Like honest to God, when I record new shit, when my favorite artist drops, like yeah, that's what I run to. Just because it's kind of like you, it's I hear everything. I need to feel like I'm there type shit in the
In
studio.
the
Cause
studio, yes.
Cause like you said, I'm a music lover. Like I don't play about that shit. Like if one of my favorite artists drops an album, like I'm dedicating that whole day to run the album type shit. Cause I'm just that serious about supporting the artists I love. Like I really don't play about that. And and it's good to put that kind of energy out, that kind of support because man, everything come back around tenfold. Everything. And
Short
that's
simple.
why exactly. And I would say that, and honestly, probably like you. Ain't nothing like rolling up, getting in the car, sparking that L, and getting on the road and just blasting that
Ab-
shit. Um,
Absolutely.
that's the
Absolutely.
one.
That's the
Well,
one.
honestly, I don't really do it as much as I should alone, but I do that with homies. Like, especially when I drop shit, or you know what I mean. If I drop something and I tell my homies like, "Yo, pick scoop me up ASAP," like I got this new shit. We about to bump this shit, and I'm grateful for the love that's put into my life, man. Because God just be knowing what he doing, man. Sometimes that's all artists needs a ear, somebody to be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I got you. I'ma listen to that shit. I got you," for us to keep going. Sometimes that's all we need, and it's like I'm really grateful for the people in my life that do that for me. And honestly, yeah, that's probably my favorite. Just cruising in the whip or hitting on my studio headphones.
Absolutely. And guys, invest in some good headphones. If you're listening to it just on your iPhone, nah, invest in some headphones. You'll start hearing things in the music that you didn't even realize were there. Little sounds, the different. It's just amazing. It's transformative. So invest in some good headphones. If you love music, I'm just going to give you that tip. Now, when it comes to as a former musician and kind of getting back into the craft, I'm always interested on a creator's process. So walk us through your process from conception to completion when you have an idea for a song. You have a gift that I don't have. You can play an instrument. The only thing I can play is Xbox. So so
Such a guy.
yeah, that's it. I give me some 2K, I can play that, but I
Give
did
me that.
I didn't have the patience to learn an instrument when I started doing music because obviously I was in hip hop, not realizing that would enhance what I do. But
Right.
for you, is it a certain melody that comes, or is it a life experience? Or do you go in the studio saying, "I'm going to write a song about heartache," or "I'm going to write," like, walk us through your creation process? Because as a creative, I think we're all interested to learn how others create music.
Most definitely. I think that's a huge part of the about the whole experience of a song. Sometimes that's literally just what makes a song. It's not even the lyrics or the melody, it's the experience that a person feels listening to that shit. So excellent question. Um every song is kind of different. I'm not gonna lie to you. But normally, well, almost every single song I've written, the start of it starts when I find the beat.
Okay.
And I really hate that. Like, there's a downfall to that because now think about having to find the right beat and how long that takes, and how many beats I gotta go through, and how many producers I gotta meet, and how many all that takes in place, and my time and all that too. So that's a huge, if not the most crucial part of me writing a song, is finding the beat, because I barely just started tapping into producing.
Hmm.
So because of that kind of frustration, like, honestly, and that rush to be able to create what I want to, and deep down I know I'm never going to sound the way I want to until I start producing. And so it all starts with the beat, and then once I find the beat, that's when I just start writing. And I do have a metaphor to writing, and that's smoking. Normally always high when I write my stuff, and I just, that everybody own things. Some people like to pour the drink, you know what I mean? Some people like
Right.
to, be in the studio. Some people like to be alone, but that's my metaphor. I like to roll up, spark one, and listen to the right beat. And that's when it comes to me naturally, honest to God, before I begin writing anything, I pray. I pray for
Mhm.
guidance. I pray for clarity. I pray God moves through my pen literally word for word. I really do, because I feel like I'm a very spiritual person. And I understand a lot of people aren't or care to be, and that's perfect. That's okay. But to stay true to who I am, I feel like that's a huge part of my creative process, is to make sure that I pray before creating anything. And that really helps me. That really helps everything flow for me. And after that, it's really simple. Now, as far as it goes, creating and like recording and all that process, because I'm an independent artist, that normally takes longer than the whole
Right.
actually finding a beat and writing over it and writing my song. Because then now I gotta reserve money for studio time.
Right.
Boom, 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 da 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 da. You know what I mean? I can't wait to be at the point in my life where I can go to the studio and I
Right.
can sit there like you said and be like, yo, this is what I want to write about today. But I've never had the opportunity to really do that because this day and age is different. And unless you have your own home recording studio or a homie that's got that, like you're paying by the hour. And
Right.
I don't play by my time when I'm when I'm paying for it. You know what I mean? When I go to the studio, everything's already written. I know where all the ad-libs are going. I know everything about my song. It's all right here. And producers be fascinated. They're like, yo, that's crazy. But at the same time, I'm not about to play by my time that I'm paying for.
Time
and
is money, so let's get it. Let's focus. It's a business. It's a music business, so I can't be losing more than I make consistently.
exactly.
You can go in
And
red
it's
for a little bit, but
And it's funny because my homeboy, one of my best friends from Miami, he just came out here for my listening party for the EP, and he's like, "Yo, I want to go to the studio with you because he's trying to get into music and shit." He's Puerto Rican though; he's a Latino artist, so like the scene's different. Like the Latin scene is far different than the hip
right,
hop scene,
right,
and but the studio, that could be resembled in anything. Like, so I told him, come with me. You'll get to see like how, not how you're supposed to do it, but how I do it and how I preserve my time and how I go in there and I'm literally at the board with the producer, like, yo, run that back real quick. I don't like that. Let me go in there real quick one more time and redo that, and then we can move on to the next section and boom, boom, boom. I'm very directed when it comes to my music, and I've always been like that, but now more than ever. And I think it's really cool how everybody has a different process,
yeah,
but I think, yeah, my process has been the same since I started making music, which is what I mentioned to you. Smoking one, finding the right beat, and writing. That's it.
absolutely. And I tell people if you can, from me being a fan, being a creator, if you don't make the beats yourself, which everybody has their own specialty, everybody has their own zone of genius. I don't expect everyone to be a producer and an artist. They're two
Yeah,
uniquely different talents. Um,
definitely.
and it is people that are beat makers, people that are producers, people that are dope engineers, dope songwriters. It's a village, and it's nothing wrong with having. I know a lot of people gave Drake, especially in hip hop, oh, he has a songwriter, and they gave him a lot. I'm like, music is a collaborative effort. Did you make your own beat? No, you didn't. So you had a songwriter. If you look at the credits, there's a songwriter up there because the producer is getting credit. If you can find you someone that has the same vision as you, link up. That's what we're all about, community. If you find that producer, Michael had his Quincy. We see Nas with his Hit Boy. When you find that producer that has the art, that knows the artist, that's a blessing. So if you can find that
Oh, for
partnership
sure.
out there, that's what it's about for sure.
Dude, trust me, like this past entire year, mostly like since I told you I just got into producing like that, since then, which was like about 6 months ago, is when I really started getting serious about like looking for this producer, like my duo. Like, you know what I mean? Like the 40 to my Drake. Like,
There
I'm
you
not even
go.
trying to be funny, but you get what I'm saying. The Dr.
Absolutely.
Dre to yo, like because that's what's gonna really not only elevate me, but both of us. That's
Absolutely.
gonna get, and that's how it starts. Like, nah, some producers, it's the same way artists look for placements. Producers are looking for placements too,
Yeah.
and it's what you said. Like, if you really wanna catch an artist in their prime, get them before they blow up.
Get them
Like,
before they blow up.
get them while they're hungry, get them while they're passionate about that shit. And I promise you, they not gonna play around about your time. Like they're not. Like if you're looking to collaborate with just anybody, yo, then you can. But there's different results to collaborating with different people. And I've seen it. I've experienced it. I collaborated with one of my friends from Twitter. I literally met this guy through Twitter. And it's so funny because we had never met. But we always talked about it. We gonna link up, blah blah blah. Yo, and the chemistry when we linked up was, I promise you, I've never had that kind of chemistry with an artist. And we literally linked up for like 2 hours, went to the studio for 1 hour, recorded an entire song that was not written before we had linked up. Like what the
That's
frick?
magic. That's
No, that's how you know, like that shit is just through and through authentic. Like that shit was meant to happen. And then and ever since then, I told him, yo, like I gotta keep you in my squad forever because that's some shit that don't just happen. And he's about to be on my next project, not the EP I'm dropping, but the next one. And before that, before my two singles that I dropped a single with him. So I'm always trying to bring him up with me because I just love supporting local artists like that
what's
are
his name?
hungry.
Give him a shout out. Give him a shout out to
Yeah, Saint
Jimmy.
Music with a Saint with a dollar sign.
Okay,
Saint
all
Music.
right. Same music. Well,
That's my
shout out, brother. That is what I love to hear. It's all about that collaborative effort, collaborative spirit, and when you find that, I call them, your artist soulmate. That
yeah. That's
you,
literally what he calls me.
yeah,
That's so
when you
funny.
find that artist soulmate,
Yeah, that's
they
my
can
homie.
go off. Snoop. You gave Snoop an example. He's done work with everybody you can mention. Snoop's got songs with Willie Nelson, but when him
Yeah,
and Dre come together, it's different. You know what I mean?
it's a problem.
It's a problem. It's different. So I love to hear that, and I love so early on this pathway you've already found someone you can link with. So make sure y'all
Definitely.
nourish that relationship and
No,
continue
for
to
sure.
continue
It's
to let it
amazing to. I wish I had more people like that in my circle, but at the same time, you got to be grateful for what you have, so it can multiply. And that's why this year has really taught me that to stop giving a fuck about who's not supporting you and start nurturing the relationships that do. Like really, because half of the time people spend is worrying about that, creating problems that don't exist.
it
And
don't
it's
exist.
like they don't even exist yet. And if anything, if they come to reality, it's because of you. And you're not even going to take responsibility for it. So, like, might as well put your focus on something else, something positive. And it's like that, it's all about gratitude, man. Like, being grateful for what you got, that shit will multiply what you got. And that, like I tell you, yeah, it may be just one person right now that I got in my life like that the chemistry is impeccable. The music we're about to make, like we're thinking about releasing an entire EP together of just different sounds, so the fans can have that, because everybody that's heard our shit, they're like, yo, y'all are radio worthy, y'all mixed together perfect, like, and we already have songs that are in the vault, all that, but you gotta appreciate those kind of people in your life because not only do they support you, they want to see you win. And that's
Absolutely.
special these days. That's so special.
Guys, I hope you are listening because she dropped some gems. So I hope you get your vacuum and suck those motherfuckers up because she dropped some serious gems. So
No, for
I,
sure.
I
Both
I
of
have
us.
to narrate and make sure you guys are listening. Pick that up. If you didn't pick it up, pick it up. Take your notes. So I mean, this has been phenomenal getting to chat with you. I love your spirit. I love your energy. I love your sound. And I wish you nothing but just success in 23. Tell us about this latest project that you're working on, and then I believe you have a little sample for us to check out, perhaps. Um,
Yes, sir, I do.
but tell us about this EP that you're working on.
Definitely. So the EP is gonna be a 5-track EP. Um, Currently got 4 recorded right now, so that's kind of what's delaying the whole drop. But we're looking at early February. Like
Okay,
I want to kick off the year immediately. So if everything's cleared, early January. But if not, I mean, late January. If not, early February. And the title of the project is called Mrs. Morrison. It's, I guess you could say, a self-titled project because I got married in July. A lot of people don't know that, but I got married in July.
congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. And so yeah, I changed my name to Morrison. So my full name now is Kyanna Denise Morrison, and that's basically where the inspiration for the title of the project comes, Mrs. Morrison. It's almost kind of like a reintroduction, you know what I mean? And I'm excited. I don't know. Like I kind of sat on the idea for a little bit and I was like, I don't know if it'll do like that with that kind of name, but at the same time I can't think of another album that has a name like that. So that's kind of what intrigued me the most about it, is that I can't think off the top of somebody that named the album like that. So I think that'll bring more originality to me.
Absolutely. And it's a time capsule. You're only a newlywed once. Well,
And that's what I'm saying.
unless you're J Lo, but shout out to
Not
J
for
Lo.
real.
I'm not dissing J
Hey,
Lo.
shout out J Lo.
Shout out
She
to J Lo. She's doing it.
oh,
I don't know why I said that, but I'm a deep down asshole sometimes, so I apologize.
no, it's funny though. It's
I don't want
funny.
Ben Affleck whooping my ass. So Batman, chill, peace and love, bro. Uh,
Yeah.
so awesome, awesome. So Mrs. Morrison, first quarter of 2023. I want y'all to check that out. Also, let the people know where they can find you on social media as well.
Of course. I'm on every single platform: TikTok, Spotify, Apple, Twitter, Instagram, all under the same name. I am Kyanna Denise. IAMKYANNADENICE. And I try to keep it simple, keep everything the same, so it's easy to find me. You know how it goes.
Absolutely, absolutely. I wish I had thought about that when I got into creative endeavors. I did not. Every single person I interview, they're like, it's all the same. I'm like, damn, that would have made a lot of sense. I should have.
Damn, I should have did that.
That's a smart. It's never too late, but now I'm kind of stuck in it. So, guys, I want y'all to do me a favor. I always ask the same thing of all the friends of the Den that's watching or listening, however you consume, all the Den mates. I want you guys to follow. I want you to check out her music. I want you to show love. If you love what you're hearing, put those little red planet icons for Marz. Put those all in her comments. Just spam it. Tell her, yo, I saw you in Down and Den. You're dope as fuck. I love it. Spam her to death. Tell her that it's all love, because that's what we're all about. So without
Love.
further ado, go right ahead. Go right ahead. My bad.
No, I said love, man. I appreciate you, truthfully.
That's what we do, and we're gonna get you when we're all done here. We're gonna get you added to the group chat, introduce you to the rest of the illustrious Den mates. We also are gonna send you some merch, so just let us know where you want to send. Yeah, we got our own merch line, so we got sweats sold out, especially in Colorado. It's cold out, so we got sweatshirts, we got hoodies, we got bucket hats. I don't know why I did bucket hats, but I like bucket hats. We've got. I think we've got shower curtains. We've got it all. So
nice.
yeah, we'll send you to the
lit.
link, and I'm dead ass serious. So we'll send you the link. If there's anything up there that you dig, let us know, and we'll get it right to you. We send all of our den mates some merch, just to show love, because that's what we're all about. So
I appreciate that.
Without further ado, we have some new music that we're gonna preview. So I'm gonna get that pulled up. My producer just left because it's New Year, so I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. I'm not the tech savvy because I'm old. I just found out that you can screen record on your phone. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I just found that out. I was doing things the hard way. So I'm gonna pull this up. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna pull this up, and then we're gonna check it out together. So this is a first. I'm very excited about this. So let's get it. Let's get it. All right, your boy Old Man Marz has figured it out. So this is the new single from Kyanna Denise. It's called "Driving Me Crazy." I want you guys to check this out. This is my first time hearing it, so y'all can get the live reaction. And let's get it. Here we go.
Yeah. Crazy. Baby, it's crazy. Yeah. You say you want more than I give, but when I give, you don't want it. Baby, it's driving me crazy. What we got is obvious, a chemistry you can't resist. But baby, it's driving me crazy. Yeah. I want you to give it up. I want you to give it up. Yeah, I want you to give it up. I want you to give it up. Yeah. I want you to give it up. I want you to give it up. Yeah, yeah, you know how to drop me off that cliff, pressing every single one of my buttons. Baby, you're driving me crazy, and I'ma ride till the wheels fall off, cause everything good come with a cost. And for you, I'd spend it all. And it's no lie when I said there ain't no perfect time to admit how I feel inside. But baby, for you, I just might book a flight for the night, cause in your arms is where I feel right. I lose my mind when you're on my side. Yeah, yeah. We fussed and fight, you telling me to leave. Next minute, you asking for a plea. Sometimes I don't know what we're doing, but I would never dare to think to walk away. In your presence where I wanna stay. Sometimes, baby, I just know that we'll be okay, be okay. Yeah, yeah. When I give you don't want it, baby, it's driving me. You know how to drop me off that cliff, pressing every single one of my buttons. And baby, you're driving me crazy. You say you want more than I give, but when I give you don't want it. Baby, it's driving me crazy. What we got is obvious, a chemistry you can't resist. But baby, it's driving me crazy. I want you to give it up. 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 Yes, I want you to give it up. I want you to give it up. Let me hear.
Yup.
The drop right there.
Yes, sir. Yup. That's exactly what it's giving.
Oh my, oh my, oh
Yeah.
my, oh
Yeah.
my, oh
Yeah.
my, that shit made me want to pick up the mic. I was like, I need a verse right here. I want to get on. I want to be involved. How can I get on the get? Oh man, that was phenomenal.
I'm so grateful for you and listening like that.
Phenomenal. Driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. I'm going insane. I almost took the head off. Oh shit. Oh man. Phenomenal. It's the snap for me. It's the bounce for me. It's the lyrical content for me. It's the voice for me. Most importantly, it's the groove for me. And I tell people, I don't care how good you sing. I don't care how good you rap. I don't care how good you play an instrument. I don't care if I don't feel nothing. It's not gonna get any replay for me. I'm too. I don't know how many Christmas, New Year's I got left. I'm old for an old black guy. 40 is like 80. So if I don't feel something, I can't salute, and my face is not good at bullshit. So if I don't really feel it, I'm just gonna be like,
No, I know you would have been like, yeah, hey, well,
yeah,
look.
hey, keep working. That needs nothing but to be released. That's ready. That's ready to go. That's RTG. I have.
Damn, I appreciate it.
I have no notes.
Because you could tell me anything else, and that's
Yeah.
what you think the truth.
Yeah, I don't have any notes. Like I said, the only thing it needs to be it's released. I can see it on movies. I can see it on soundtracks. I can see it as
So
a
I have a lot of faith in the potential of this project.
yeah. So
Not just that song, but the project, the whole, like you saw, that's just a little glimpse of the project. Like, imagine You feel
Yeah.
me? Like,
That's just the appetizer. I'm ready for the full meal. I'm hungry. I'm starving. Feed a brother. I love it. I love it. So
got you, fam.
uh that's phenomenal. I thank you so much for giving us that little preview. It makes a brother feel special. So thank you so much.
Always.
I want to welcome you to the community, the Then Mate Familia. Like I said, we'll add you into that group chat. I'll introduce you to the gang. We have a ton of incredible artists in there. So if there's anybody that you check out, you're like, hey, I saw them on the Den and they're dope, make the introduction. I got you. Send us where you want us to send that merch to. I'll send you the link and you pick what you want. We're going to send that. That's our gift to you. And when the project comes out, the invite is open for you. Um,
Oh, I appreciate that, man, because I would love to be back.
yeah,
I
just let
love
me
the
know. We have some people that we've had 3 or 4 times. They got a project to promote, or they just want to chat. Hey, you're welcome here. So welcome to the community. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. She's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. She made my new year going into 2023. I'm gonna listen to. I got the track already. Y'all don't.
Oh, like,
Y'all
yo, you
don't.
something special. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
I'm
you
sorry for
special.
y'all, but there's some perks. There's some perks to being your boy. So I'm gonna be listening to that immediately. I got some medicine here, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna
Hey,
roll up. I'm gonna
it
listen
would
to
mean the world to me if you could listen to that song the way you like to.
yeah, I'm about to gas up. I'm about to gas up the Camaro. We're gonna listen to it the way I like to consume it. So that was phenomenal. Uh
Perfect.
Once again, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. It's been a joy. I If this is how we starting off 2023, I don't know what to tell y'all, but the dentist
Hey,
is shit. The
it's take
dentist
over.
is shit.
Like,
Take over
next year,
time.
take over. Yeah, no.
23 is the Jordan number, so it's 6 rings this time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Kyanna Denise, thank you so much for joining us once again. You're phenomenal. You're dope.
You too, man.
You're dope as fuck. I love what you're doing. Keep it
You
up.
you as
Keep it
well, man.
up.
Keep doing what you're doing. I really appreciate what you're doing for the artists out here, and
Hey man,
not
that's
just
what.
musicians, but every single kind of
Yeah.
creative. We
Thank
need
you.
more people like you in this world, and I need you to hear that and go into the next year knowing that, bro. Like,
Thank
walk
you.
in your confidence. You are a one of one, and I need you to act like it, please,
Thank
because
you. I'm
you got
humbled.
something special, man. Definitely, you do.
If,
Like the way you could just talk to people, that's a gift, Bobby. That's a gift. I
Thank you.
promise.
Thank
Of
you. If it wasn't for the melanin, I'd be blushing right now. So I'd be red right now. So guys,
course, for
as we
sure.
end every episode, once again, thank you. Uh, please support the homie. She's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. Support it. I can't wait. I'm gonna be first in line to get that music. And guys, we end every episode the same way. You know how we do it. It's peace, it's love, it's unity, and it's respect. Deuces.